Hi everyone, welcome back to Blended. We are loving talking to you all about blended families, hopefully supporting you through your challenges and celebrating the good bits about being in a blended family as well. Just a reminder, I'm Kate and I have 5 children. 3 of them are my stepchildren and 2 of them are my biological children, 5 kids in total. And I'm with my 2 amazing co-hosts, Priscilla and Nathalie, who are also stepmums. And we're just getting into it. We're just going to be talking about blended families. We have been loving all your feedback and all your questions. As you know, Scylla is a stepmom coach, and she also... Why are you looking at me like that, Scylla?
It's just a dilemma. I just want you guys to just know that I'm nice and I support you guys, but...
So Scylla's got a dilemma today. By the look on your face, it's a bit wild.
Should we get straight into it?
Well, I mean, I was going to ask you how you both were, but I feel like we need to get into it.
Yeah, she's itching.
Okay,
she's itching.
let me tell you guys. Okay, so someone sent me a DM and this is her dilemma, and she's cool with everyone knowing. So leave your feedback, your opinions in the comments because she wants them. Okay. My mother-in-law has given my partner and I a picture of bio mum's new baby for stepson to have in his room in our house. Let me preface this by saying I've been a stepmom for 5 years. I have no relationship with bio mum. My stepson has told us more than once that he's not allowed to mention our names in his house, in his mum's house, because she doesn't like it. Yet for whatever reason, mother-in-law loves to stir the pot. My partner and I agreed that the picture goes in the bin. Okay. And doesn't see the light of day in our house. But my question is, what do I tell my stepson if he asks? I'm assuming he won't, and this will blow over. But if he does, what do I say? We're thinking of telling him his grandma was wrong, forgiving him and us the picture, and asking him if his mum has pictures of us in her house. What should I do?
I mean, this is wild. I understand why you wanted to get straight to it. I don't even know where to start with this one. There's a lot to unpick, but number one, I'm just going to go straight in. We're throwing a picture of a baby in the bin.
Yeah.
Is it just the baby? Or is
just
the
the baby.
Just, yeah. Baby.
The newborn baby.
She
The
wants
newborn
to put
baby.
the picture of the baby
in the bin
in
and
the trash.
not let it see the light of day.
Dread.
Her stepson's sibling has nothing to do with the adults. Whatever feelings the adults have towards each other, this is about a stepson and his sibling when he's not at home with his sibling.
And she wants us to tell her what she should tell the stepson after she put the picture of the baby in the bin.
But what they're planning to do,
Is
irrespective of our advice, is they think the best way to go is just say your grandma's out of order.
Do you know what? We're laughing because it's so wild, but I feel like she's obviously got a lot going on. So I don't want to be insensitive, but I do think it's a very, very wild thing to be doing. I think children are innocent.
Yeah.
You know, it's not about the children.
Yeah.
And one thing that does frustrate me is when parents make everything about themselves and don't think about putting the children first.
Yeah.
So my first question is like, it's going to come out eventually because the bio mum's going to say, oh, you got the photo in your bedroom. And then the stepson's going to say, what photo? And it's just going to blow up. Children are innocent.
Well, the assumption is that the photo has already been given. So it's like when stepson comes back and realizes that the photo's in the bin, what do we tell stepson? So stepson's already happy, got this picture of my baby sibling in my room. And
he's had it and now it's in the bin.
Yeah. So they're worried that now they've taken the picture away and binned it. What do we tell stepson if he asks?
This is irrational.
Where's my baby?
It's completely irrational and they should have therapy. They should have therapy and deal with their issues and not cause...
Or their reactions.
Yeah, their reactions because of their internal issues.
Yeah.
So that they prevent themselves from harming children around them.
Yeah.
That is you're causing psychological harm to the children in your lives because you can't stand the biological mum and your partners.
Or the adults can't stand each other, which is fine and fair. I get that.
Fine.
It's hard, but like you said, what has it got to do with the kids? And I support stepmoms. I am one. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't understand how we are equating a picture of a baby to, does your mum have pictures of us grown-ups in our house? And I feel like I would have been strongly on the stepmom side had, mother-in-law or birth mum been saying, take a picture of mummy and put it in your dad's house. So when you're there, you've got a picture of mummy. Then I'm just like,
really?
But
A child's not having a picture of their mother.
Yeah. You're with your dad. Your mummy and your dad are not together.
No, I'm sorry.
Your mummy, and you're gonna go back to mummy, and you're gonna go back to daddy.
No, that's
different.
The child should feel there's so much psychological harm that is caused to children. They split.
They're not together.
They literally psychologically split when they feel like they can't openly love both parents.
But they can.
No, because you're putting restrictions on whether they can see a picture of their mother in their bedroom,
I'm not saying
in their home.
The child is asking, can I have a picture of mummy in my room? It's mummy saying, take a picture of mummy. Or mother-in-law saying, take a picture of your mum and you put it in daddy's house. Why are you getting involved? Why are you meddling? Anyway, that's not the dilemma. So I've gone off. Let me dial it back. Let me come back.
That is a big one, though. Sometimes we do think irrational things. And she might be in her feelings. She's given no context. We don't know how much the bio mum has been prodding her. And the mother-in-law has been prodding her. And this might be the straw that broke the camel's back. There might have been 10 things that have happened.
The baby, though.
However,
the baby.
We can't,
the
baby.
Fresh.
We can't chuck the photo away.
No.
That is unacceptable.
Wild.
Or put it in a photo album. Have a discussion about something that might make you feel comfortable if it makes you feel that uncomfortable seeing a baby.
Yeah.
But I just don't think it's fair on the siblings. And you have to check yourself. Sometimes we do irrational things and think irrational. You have to say, is this right? And it's hard to admit when you're in the wrong sometimes.
Yeah.
But she needs help, I think.
It's given evil stepmother.
Also, I think
said the words.
Are we allowed to say that?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, I think we can say that because there are evil stepmums that give us all a bad name. That doesn't mean that everyone's like that.
Yeah.
And I think maybe what could have been a good approach is even if the mother-in-law came to the stepmom and said, listen, and this might make you feel uncomfortable, I just want you to know.
No, she was trying to suck it to her. It's impossible.
Yeah, but she could maybe say, I just want you to know that I'm giving him a photo of his little brother, blah, 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 blah. And then the stepmom might have felt in the loop. Whereas really, I think the stepmom feels like the mother-in-law's gone behind her back.
Yeah,
and she's been attacked.
I believe that, though.
Yeah.
I believe that part of the story. The mother-in-law is being wicked and bad. But you're giving her exactly what she was looking for. You're playing right into the mother-in-law's hands.
She should have blown it up, done a paint by numbers, got some paint for the child, been like, now paint a portrait and given the portrait back to the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Because she would have been fuming, like, it hasn't had the impact that I wanted it to have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you have to disarm people. Because people come to you wanting to spark something. They want a reaction from you. And sometimes you give them something that they don't want and it pisses them off even more.
You kill them with kindness.
You kill them with kindness. And that is a very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But
grey rock.
Give them
what does that
grey
mean?
rock.
Uninteresting, non-responsive.
I'm a grey rock. I'm boring. I have no emotions.
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah. It's like when someone's giving you all this energy, like it's usually something for co-parents. So like say there's one parent that just wants to rock your world and they love it.
Not in a good way.
No. Like, I want to ruin you, basically. I want to destroy your mental, clarity and everything. The other parent, instead of them, giving it back the same way, fighting fire with fire, they just grey rock them. So it's like, I remember 5 years ago when you said that you loved me and look at what you've done. You're not allowed to see your child. And the dad's like, so I'm going to come pick the child up at 8:00. And then she's like, are you listening to what I'm saying? And he's like, 8:00, can you confirm now or I'll just show up kind of thing.
Okay.
And he's
You're not getting into it.
There's no personality. There's no deviating from the topic. He's as boring, as dry and as black and white as a grey rock.
Yeah. Or they'll be like, why do you do that? Why'd you do that? That makes me really angry. Like, why did you do their hair like that? Why did you do that?
Is the bag ready?
Yeah, it's the bag ready.
Is the bag
yeah.
packed?
That takes some level of...
it's really hard. It's a tactic to deal with narcissists, isn't
Basically,
it? It came from like
the
if you
narcissistic
have
co-parent.
if you have narcissists in your life, the best because they want to
Draw you out.
feed off of your emotional responses to their trigger to them triggering you. So instead of giving them an emotional response, you just become completely uninteresting and dull, and then they have nothing to feed off. They get bored, they go and seek out a new victim.
That's interesting. Is the mother-in-law stirring the pot? Because she might just be a lovely mother-in-law that is given a photo of her sibling to her grandson. We're automatically thinking negative.
So the implication is that he don't even chat to his mum. But the implication also is that there's no boundaries for your mum. You're allowing your mum to do a madness and you've just sat there.
But is that a madness? I don't think that's a madness.
Why are you getting involved?
The issue is they need therapy. It's got nothing to do with the picture of the baby. As a collective of adults, they need to have therapy to resolve. He needs to resolve his issues with his mum. He needs to resolve his issues with his ex. His new partner needs to resolve her issues with everybody that's involved. And the poor baby is just catching strays.
I feel sorry for the poor baby.
I feel sorry for the baby as well, but why are you suggesting these things,
It's not overstepping a mark to give a picture of a baby to a sibling. That's a completely normal thing to do.
I think sometimes, obviously, extended family can get involved and it just...
Should they, though?
I don't think they should, but I don't think giving a photo of a sibling is complicated.
Why is it coming from... Okay,
I just think
I hear what you're saying. I just don't understand why it's coming from the mother-in-law.
Because the mother-in-law is the nan and of the stepson, and she might have seen him somewhere and she thought that would be nice. Like, I don't think that's irrational, but I do think if she's meddling in other ways and when extended people, family members get involved, it can be really tricky because it feels like you're parenting with lots of opinions and you have to...
And when you don't chat to your own biological son and you don't like your son's wife, why are you suggesting decor in their house? Janice, like, I feel like...
Was it framed?
Yes, it was.
It was framed.
It sounds like it was framed. It sounds like there was a whole bit. It was a presentation.
Right, I've got something to talk about here.
Go on.
So, what do you think then? Are you into family Christmas cards?
Oh,
because this is a big one, okay?
Gonna get upset.
Because
I love them.
I
They're
send
cute.
family Christmas cards.
Yeah.
With everyone in it.
With everyone in. That may be offensive to some people. However, I still have the photo of everything because we're a family.
Yeah.
And this is an issue with lots of people. I've seen so many people talking about it online. Do you then send that to everyone? Extended family members, grandparents that might have issues, or do you exclude them from that?
I'm going to send it to you. But if I find out that you dashed it in the bin or you've made some type of comment, I'm going to feel some type of way. So I need to measure on each Christmas if I'm emotionally mature today. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the same thing.
I spent money.
That's the same thing, having a photo of the new family in your house. Because I think of it like this. I would like to know everything that my son's doing. So say me and Ria break up, or say I'm someone that's a co-parent and my son's doing a Christmas card over there. I would really like to see it. I want to see all of his life.
Yeah.
So I would want you to send me the photo.
Hair what?
She says,
you don't like the stepmom. Yeah. And the stepmom's like, oh, I braided your daughter's hair today. Look, we just wanted to send you a picture because she loves it. You like it?
If it looks nice,
You're gonna be
I love it. If it looks nice, I love it. That's labour. It's like I cleaned your house.
If the stepmom sends you a picture, you don't get along with the stepmom first, yeah? But if the stepmom now sends you a picture saying, do you know what? Your baby girl has never been to Lola's Cupcakes. So I took her for the first time and she's ecstatic. Just wanted to share it with you.
But it's the pettiness, isn't it? It's the pettiness.
Yeah, so why is it petty? Because you want to know everything that your child's doing
I would
today.
like to know lots of things. I would like to be in the loop. Would you not?
From a particular person or from anyone?
It depends on the first. Like Lola's Cupcakes, that's a low level first. That's fine.
Okay,
your child has never had her hair No.
Go to the salon.
No, getting a haircut is a problem for me.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Different.
Or even like
getting
a blow dry
don't touch my child's
like
hair.
that.
That is a big problem.
Yeah, that's different.
Where you take the child for a haircut
without my permission,
and the child comes back with their hair done.
Yeah, that's different.
That's a very big issue.
Yeah. But like to have a salon experience, get her hair washed and blow dried for the first time.
But I think I've got two hats on here. As a mum, you do want to do everything first for your child, but it's not realistic, is it? You're going to have to let some of it go, aren't you?
But you don't get along with her.
But you can't control this.
Yeah, but I don't want to know as well. Because why are you telling me we don't get along?
I feel like
we don't get along.
I feel like if I think about adults in my life when I was growing up and the conflicts that they had between one another, it was really damaging to me as a child to try and navigate these conflicts. Whether that was my parents, whether that was mum and her siblings. It's very difficult because you don't understand. You don't actually know what's going on.
Yeah.
You just know that these people don't like each other.
Yeah.
And you know that the energy in a room will change if you say, oh, Auntie so-and-so did so-and-so with me.
I love her so much.
Then all of a sudden, I love her so much. And it's coming from, these are children. It's coming from the most pure innocent place. And you say that and the energy in the room changes. And the way people start responding to you and treating you changes because of alliances. That genuinely causes a lot of psychological damage to children. So as adults, we need to invest in therapy or find a way to protect children from conflict amongst adults, unless that conflict leaves that child feeling in a vulnerable position or leaves that child unsafe. As you said, sending them into a space where you're going to be slated and not knowing if they're going to show your children the same empathy, compassion, love and care as their children.
I agree.
But apart from that, you got a mask and you've got to just shield the children from the conflict of the adults because it is really damaging.
But that's my point though. I can mask because my child's not with me. My child's with you lot. So I'm going to look at my phone and say, wasn't you just calling me out my name last week and now you're sending me updates? But like, it doesn't make sense. Shouldn't we iron out our issues before you do? Because now I don't understand your intention. I remember...
Yeah, I think it's about that. I think it's about you need to have the communication first.
Right.
So I would want to know, but I would want to hopefully have a healthy relationship with the other woman, and we can just communicate in a way that feels comfortable, civil, and we keep each other in the loop.
I don't understand your intention of sharing this with me. To anyone on the outside, it's like, oh, I just thought it would be nice updates. And someone might think, oh, that's lovely. But then if I tell you the consistent pattern of our dialogue is actually quite toxic, but today she's being lovely, you're throwing me off guard.
Yeah, that's strange.
I don't know what to do with that. Do you understand? And then it's like, if I now make noise, the stepmom's going to say, I thought I was doing something nice.
Yeah. I get that.
We've caused a whole nother confusing situation.
Yeah.
So my thing is that you're with dad, you're with your stepmom. I trust dad enough that you're over there. Have fun.
You don't
I'll
need
wait for
updates.
my child to come home and tell me what happened.
Fair.
Mommy, I did this. I love that for you, babe. Did you have fun? Did you get a souvenir? I don't need you, man, to give me updates throughout the day because
I hear that.
You're not nice to me.
I hear that. It's like a trigger. It's like,
you're not nice
you're being
to me.
prodded.
I get that. Yeah, I do get it.
Yeah.
I was more just thinking that I would like to know what's going on. Not necessarily daily updates, but if they've had a lovely family photo over there, I would like to see. I would like to see it.
I would like the Christmas card.
Would you?
I would like the Christmas card.
Because
what if your partner cheated with that person?
I don't want the Christmas card. I do not want the Christmas card.
No.
Do not fucking send me a Christmas card. Actually, I'm
taking the mick.
Burn it.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
This is all case by case, but generally speaking, I do want the Christmas card because like my child is a part of this and I want to enjoy what my child is a part of. That's why we go to school plays. That's why we allow our children to go to like class parties or whatever. Like we just want to do life together. Yeah. But if you try to ruin me, no, I want no parts of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm not going to separate my child from an experience with their other parent.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
So I want to switch up the visuals for a minute, yeah? Let's just say it wasn't just newborn baby in the picture. But obviously newborn can't hold his head up. So mummy's in it too. How would you feel if you came home from work or an outing one day and you're just tidying up and you go into your stepson's room and you're just like, oh, there she is looking at me. How are we feeling? Is it still innocent?
I mean, it's different because my situation, the big kids' mums have passed away. So there's lots of photos of her in certain places around the house. That was really difficult at first because it was kind of everywhere in the house. And I really struggled with that. Like every moment there was a photo and I found that really hard. But as I've become more comfortable with myself and the situation, and we've got photos in certain places. So for example, we've got like a room that's got all photos and you guys have actually seen it. And the kids have got photos in their bedrooms.
Personal space, yeah.
But I'm fine with that. Absolutely fine. It actually intrigues me a little bit, which is weird. Sometimes Tia walks in, I'm just like looking at the photos of them with their mum.
Yeah.
But it's a different situation. She's not in the picture. She hasn't been horrible to me. She's passed away.
And she used to live here.
And it's their mum. I don't have a toxic relationship with her. If anything, for me,
you've got loads
now
of
that I've matured,
yeah,
I feel like we're parent. Well, she's part of the parenting.
Yeah.
Like, it's the three of us.
Yeah.
So
it's a continuation.
In a weird, it sounds very bizarre to say this out loud, but I probably think about it nearly every single day.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of situation for me.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like, there's no toxic feeling.
Yeah.
But now let's say extended family said, we need more pictures, we need more memories in the house that you live in.
Yeah, I think, I don't know why I've got the giggles. I think it would be difficult to have pictures everywhere you look. But I know when I'm going to go into the kids' bedrooms, that's going to be there and I'm prepared for that.
What are you saying to the extended family?
I mean, it's very sensitive, but I think I would say we've got photos, the children are happy. If they wasn't happy, I think they'd be able to come to me because I speak to them quite a lot. I respect that that's their mum. However, you need to respect that this is my house as well.
Perfect. Sorry, I just want to come back to my first point. The consideration, the suggestion should not come from the extended family. It should be coming from the kids. And if the kids are happy, why are you suggesting anything? And what you've just said it proves my point. You guys have set it up in such a way where the kids are happy. We don't think there needs to be more. We don't think there needs to be less. So respectfully, extended family, stay extended.
Yeah, you're right. She's all right.
I love when that happens. Full circle moment. I proved it.
What about you, Nats?
Just on reflection to the point that you said about if the big kids, if their extended family offered pictures, I just feel like the best way to deal with it would just be to gracefully accept the pictures and say to the children, would you like to put these in the house somewhere?
I agree. Absolutely.
And just leave it at that. Because if not, it turns into a stepmom has politely declined pictures of the children's mum who passed away. There's no way that you can cut that. That sounds
not
wild.
Passed away though, because that's one unique. One unique experience. I'm talking about you now.
So me now, I wouldn't have a problem with it. As long as it's not in my space, thank you. Give it to the child. You want to put this in your bedroom? It's fine. Like, I feel like I live by this code, yeah? If something can trigger me, then it has control over me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're very calm and you've really got your shit figured out here.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
not particularly, yeah.
It feels like you have, whereas some people are going to be riled up. You're like the voice of reason.
But you need to do that. Like if someone can rile you up with a picture, like I try and live by a code where I'm like, if you can rattle me, then who am I?
Okay. I like that.
You know, like it's almost like it's quite egotistical. It's like if a crazy person came up to me in the street, started going, "You're this, you're that, you're the other," I'd be like, "Move," and keep it moving, right? So I almost try and deal with people who are clearly trying to trigger me or are dysregulated themselves and want to throw me off. I'm like, if I allow you to throw me off, me and you are size. We're not size. You can't throw me off.
Yeah, I like that.
Do you know what I mean?
That takes a lot of power and strength, and sometimes you haven't got it when you're being rolled up. You react.
That's very true. But you can also like almost grey rock the situation. Thanks for the picture.
Yeah.
rather than turn it into a thing, which is what they want.
Yeah.
And also, a child is at liberty to have, in my opinion, they want a picture of the bio mum and the baby in their room. That is a completely reasonable thing. Like, it's not, if I can't deal with if me and the bio mum scrapped, she punched me in the face or something, okay, cool. I'm not going to have your picture in my house, but God forbid that situation ever happened. I don't scrap. I'm just to make that clear. Back in the days, but not anymore. Not anymore.
I think we need to ask Scylla, because by the look on her face, she can't even keep her mouth shut. She's like, she's holding it in. It's like it wants to come out.
Yeah, you tell us.
Scylla,
I just like, okay.
let's turn this back on you.
I'm not trying to be disagreeable. I just want to say that first. I hear what you guys are saying for each scenario. For me, first of all, you lot know I'm a very unbothered stepmom. You're not going to rile me up. But remember when I said a couple of episodes, I have a plan. I have boundaries. I have visions. And unless my children are upset, there is no consideration.
No, but can the photo go in the house?
It's giving bothered.
Can the photo go in your son's room?
Unless my son asked, no.
And if he asks?
Yeah, absolutely. Whatever I can do to make you comfortable, I will accommodate that. But if somebody, if an extended family member, I think it would be really nice. Shh, I didn't ask you. You don't live here. Do you understand? You don't live here. I didn't ask you. No, sorry. I no. But if any of my children, stepson or biological, said, I would like to see this in the house.
Okay, but what if they give it to the child and the child is like, yay, mummy, I want this in my room.
Yeah, because you said, yay, mummy, I want this in my room.
Okay, fair.
Listen, I've had situations where the children have had things and it's gone straight up on the wall, and I've come into the room and I'm just like, oh, but when did you get that certificate? When did you get that? Yeah. Whatever, and they did tell me the little story. I've also had some situations where it doesn't go up. If nothing personal of pictures of people, but there are pictures of family members and stuff like that that just stay in a drawer or stay in a bag or whatever. I'm not going to come and say, why haven't you hung up a picture of your mum?
Yeah.
If it's in the drawer, so shall it remain.
Can't with you.
I'm not bothered, It's just the way I want it. It's just the way I want it. Do you understand? Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
Photo albums exist for a reason.
Right.
Not
I feel like I'll
measure
measure my irritation, or someone can mark it if one of my children said to me, this is what I would like. And I'm like, God forbid, no. You cannot have anything of your family outside of my house in my house.
Here's another question. Sorry.
Go on.
How about then to have it anywhere else in the house? Because, for example, for me...
In communal areas.
In the hallway.
It's a communal area. In my house, I decorate the communal areas. Personal space, you do what you want, love.
How do we feel? How about this one? Your partner has a picture of his ex and the children on his phone, as a screensaver or something. You know, the revolving screensavers.
Oh, yeah.
But it's all of them together. It's
as them as a family?
Yeah, as them as a family.
Because why? Do I not exist? I don't understand why. If you oh, please. If you can explain to me why, and I can reason with your reasoning, okay, fine.
It's a happy memory.
Why'd you wake up then?
Because there's lots of reasons. It doesn't mean you don't have happy memories.
She's your
together.
friend.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
But you don't have to.
Have you got photos of your ex? Do you delete every single photo, or do you keep
every?
Do you delete every trace of? Sorry, not to out anyone here. Of history.
Don't click this. No,
you don't have to delete every trace of history.
No, I'm friends with people I used to deal with on social media in my phone. So Google can say 5 years ago, this was you guys. Come on.
So, for example, actually, my husband found really old DVDs of Cameron's mum and him, like their first holiday abroad and stuff like that. And he's like, he found this like camcorder with all these like little DVDs in the attic. And I was like, oh, do you want me to digitize that? Because like the DVDs could get damaged and then the memory's gone forever.
Yeah, that's cute.
So it's like, and Cameron should have those memories.
Yeah.
You know
You're a good woman. That's a good woman.
No, but I think that's cute. That's a nice human thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's like a nice keepsake. I love that.
Would you do that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's nice because like the DVDs could get lost, they could get damaged. I think that's beautiful and it's a part of that child's childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all of that's beautiful. Would I now be saying to like my husband, I'm going to make it into a reel for you to post on your Instagram?
Not a reel on Instagram, but to digitize it, to keep it.
Yeah,
so that it doesn't...
On the phone?
You keep it in your cloud. Listen, we need to move on because I'm going to I don't understand. Yeah, keep it. Absolutely. But if I walk into the room at midnight and you're scrolling your phone, memories. Yeah, in our beds. Like, what's going on?
But what about a situation where like you're happily married, they're happily married, everyone gets on, there's no issues? Like, I feel like it also comes with like how secure and happy both parties are.
Yeah.
Like if one party isn't secure and happy, then it's strange. But if both parties have moved on, secure and happy, new families, and it's like, oh yeah, that was that Christmas that we went to.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if the co-parents are blessed and they've been blessed before any step-parents came about, I get what was happening.
Yeah.
I've understood the intention. I understand the continuity of it. I get it. Do you understand? But if you guys broke up and you guys were at loggerheads and now all of a sudden I've seen a screen saver of this babe and your children, I thought you were sad that she broke up with you. Like, I thought you cheated on her. Like, I don't understand. Just help me understand.
Stop it.
Like, I'm not going to be like a stepmom that is just going to be accepting of everything.
Yeah.
I will challenge things for my understanding. And once I've got an understanding, I can go ahead and move on. But you cannot call me pressed or feel like I'm feeling some type of way because I simply don't understand. I just want to understand.
Pictures, there are a lot, aren't they? There's a lot of feelings that come up with photos.
There's a
and
lot.
memories.
Yeah.
And
They
I think
mean a lot.
from photos, you could say they're in a relationship, they've broken up, like you said, he's cheated on her. You can't tell that from a photo.
Yeah.
Photos look like a happy memory.
Yeah.
So they can be triggering for people.
Yeah.
Even though you know in your sane mind that they're broken up because they don't love each other and they're not together.
Yeah.
It's still triggering when you see them as a happy family.
Yeah.
I think that's the issue. It's not like you can see them fighting. You're looking like, I thought you didn't like her. And now look at you all cuddling your family photo.
I just want to understand. Or like if your girlfriends come around for tea and then boom, they see that picture, they're going to be like, what's going on? And me too. I don't know. She just thought it was a nicer memory. I can't even explain it for myself. Like, no. We just all need to understand what's going on. We need to understand our boundaries, and we need to like have those conversations about what a certain thing's going to look like, and then we move on.
Yeah.
Sorry, one last thing on this subject is I'm not in this situation, so it's hard for me to say, but I don't think I'd want my husband to delete all the photos of his ex with the kids, because I feel like that's a memory thing, like sitting down with your kids and showing them photos from the past.
Yeah. Me too.
Like, I wouldn't want to wipe that out.
Me too. But a picture of you and her.
Yeah, okay. I hear you. Yeah, family photos, but
because I'm never going to be okay with you deleting memories of your children.
Yeah.
Whether she's in it or not. No. If we're talking about present day and she's just gone and taken a picture with my stepsons and their siblings and it's now coming to my house, you're going to see mummy in 24 hours.
So hold on, are you saying all pictures of exes where there's no children involved and there's no children in the picture, all pictures of exes should be deleted?
No, because what's going to happen is, sorry, I know you're going to think I'm mad. But like, what about when you've got a daughter, for example, and she wants to ask, what about when you and mum got married?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Like my daughter, for example, like, so I had my daughter before I got married. So she has a biological dad.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, she's going to grow up and say, oh, can I see a picture of my biological dad? That kind of situation.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think of it like that. Let me think.
Because their children are going to ask questions.
I mean,
and it's nice to be able to show them things.
I can't lie to you. For me, I first of all, I don't have any pictures or anything of us two together in that time anyway. But if I did, and I felt like I needed to delete this because of how the co-parenting situation, like he has chosen not to be in her life, I'm not going to feel any type of way about deleting those pictures. But if you want to see a picture of your dad, I know he's TikTok, he's Facebook, and he's Instagram. I've got you. Did you get it? Like I can facilitate you getting to know him in one way or another, but it may exclude images of me. And that is a dose of reality I will drip feed her.
But like even now, like I'm thinking about my mum and dad. I like looking back at photos of them when they got married, and I'm a grown woman. I think it's quite nice to see those memories. So if you delete them, if the dad deletes them, the child is then missing that group of memories.
I've never seen a picture of my mum and dad.
Haven't you?
Together. No, I've never seen my mum and dad in the same room.
Wow.
No, have I? No, at like a handover when I was younger, but it was always tense. Never seen a picture of my mum and dad together. And I've never even seen, because my mum had to like flee domestic violence, like quickly, just like take nothing. I've never seen like baby pictures of myself or anything like that. And I just think, just going back to that point as well, maybe because I met my husband quite late on in life, we both lived a lot of life before we met each other. And I don't want to delete all of the memories. I'm not in love with exes or anything like that, but I have memories that...
Of a life.
Yeah, of a life that I want to keep. And he has memories of a life that he also wants to keep. And I think maybe because of, it's just preference and boundaries, but we're both quite comfortable with that.
Yeah, but
don't sit there and scroll through like memories with your exes.
I think that's a reason. That's a reason I can reason with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I'm not going to understand, but if you tell me that, I can try to understand.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, like I've seen pictures of my mum and dad together and me as a baby being held. And I don't feel the way you feel. I feel a bit confused.
Do you?
I think you guys look happy. What? How? Why did my dad leave? Like, when did it go wrong? I feel a bit confused by the pictures. If it would have made more sense for me if I could see misery in those pictures, and then I'm like, I understand how we got here.
Yeah.
But how were you guys happy and hosting parties and living this high life, and now I haven't seen my dad in X amount of years? I have half siblings who I wouldn't know if I walked down the street. Like, how did we get here? So it's confusing. It says happy for you. You've never seen it. It's confusing for me.
Yeah.
It's a snapshot, and I think that's the big thing. You can't look at a photo
and not derive a story from it.
Yeah, it's not all, everyone's going to, we all say, come on kids, smile. You know what it's like, you've got kids.
Yeah.
They scream, you like, sit down, smile for the photo. Yeah. It's not a true reflection of what's going on at that moment in time. But I think it's quite interesting for me to see old photos, just like, oh, it was like they were happy at some stage, or that is quite nice. So I wouldn't want to erase that from my children's life either. Like I'd want them to be able to have that experience. And so it's not all been doom and gloom.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Because it is nice. You want to preserve as much as you can for your children, because they'll forget.
Yeah.
They will forget. So it's nice to look back.
And after all, photos are the only memories that we have.
Really?
Like, especially when like someone passes away, like in our situation, you realise, thank goodness that they took so many photos.
Yeah. Because memories start to fade.
Yeah, they fade. Yeah. And then when the memories fade, you've got the photos. So I think they're really important.
Definitely. Yeah.
Not as a screensaver though.
No. But we can end on agreeing on that.
Yeah.
Like, photos are important. Photos are beautiful. Photos tell a story that, you can keep on retelling.
Yeah.
But I just feel like ultimately we decide where it fits, when it's taken, where it's displayed.
Yeah.
Can we agree on that?
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah.
I think photos of siblings are off.
Allow it. just let the children have pictures of
have what they need
people.
to have.
Yeah.
And let the children be young and enjoy their siblings.
Yeah. Don't police that.
Don't police that, and put your own feelings aside.
Yeah.
But ultimately, photos aren't all they seem to be all the time.
Yeah.
And remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We got there in the end, ladies.
Well done. All right. We're still friends? Okay, cool.
Okay, amazing, guys. I hope we answered that question okay. We're a bit riled up at the beginning.
Yeah.
Photos obviously do that. Who knew? But we hope you're enjoying the episodes. Please remember to follow on Blended Instagram. Send in your questions. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. And we'll be back next week.